Punters and Dribbles, the year is 2024, and it's the year for getting healthy, for getting your getting your life in order. Now,
getting your shit together.
But you know what is key to that, Eddie, which I'm learning currently, but I've been trying to learn for the past, couple of years, but now I'm really trying to drill down into it because, let's be honest, kids let himself go. Routine. It's difficult to find time to get out there and exercise. It's difficult to find time to fucking focus on what you're eating, and making sure it's really healthy. It's not impossible. It can be done. But the important thing is actually trying to find a routine that works for you. And one of the things that we really like about Good Day...
Fucking easy.
Well, it's fucking easy. That's the thing. But there was a period where I had my mum up my ass about what I was doing, that I'm taking vitamins, my missus up my ass, what I'm doing here, and not up my ass in the way that you might think I like.
Also your immune system up your ass.
Also my immune system
hey, fucking hated
get
you,
it
bro.
together. And then a bit of this pills, you might need a bit of that pills. It's like, this is just simple, easy, out of the packet, rip the top off, into water, stir it or shake it, however you feel like taking it. You down it, and you set and forget.
Piece of piss. A fucking piece of piss. Rip open the sachet, pour it in water, give it a stir, down the gob. Job done.
Job done.
Job done.
Daily energy levels sorted. Your daily magnesium sorted. Your daily B vitamins sorted. You're going to have your cognitive function and memory improved.
Might even clean out your liver.
Even clean out your liver.
There's no might about it. Will.
Think about like a little chimney sweep with a broom down there in your liver, just helping
Getting
it
to
out.
work. Huge weekend.
Scrubbing
Get
it up.
down there and scrub that bitch. Piece of piss. Rugby league piss, if you want to use a rugby league term.
And genuinely, legitimately, provably good for you.
Provably. 64 claims, whatever. Use the code Dribblers for 20% off. Yeah, that's right. 20% off. If you're going to have a good day, punters and dribblers, if you want to have a good day, you need to drink Good Day. Simple as that.
BeGoodHealth.com.au.
You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
What's up, punters and dribblers? Welcome back to another episode of the Hello Sport Podcast, home of unqualified opinion and unwavering bias. Super Bowl Monday, man. How good. The game will be over by the time it comes out. We were given a bunch of footballs. So now we're fucking... Too many footballs. Like, I don't want to complain. It was a nice gift, but like, fuck, there's...
4 footballs?
4 footballs is a lot. Now, the mugs will come in handy. Who gave them to us?
ESPN.
Thanks, ESPN. 4 footballs was like a nice touch. As I lose my voice, Jesus Christ.
Well, it was a lot because they're only addressed to you and I.
That's what I mean.
You know? So we actually got 2 each, which seemed like overkill on Super Bowl Monday.
Super Bowl Monday. And it's signed by the Commissioner, Roger Goodell, which is a nice touch. That's who I really wanted to get a signature from.
Hand signed, Tom?
Yeah, that's he's managed to emboss that. Is that what it is?
Hand signed by the Commissioner, which is a nice touch.
No, it's a fucking lovely touch. I wonder how many they sent out. If they're sending us 4, they must be trying to move some fucking balls.
They obviously, listen, I don't want to assume they over-ordered, but us getting 4 balls on Super Bowl Monday seems like a lot.
Trying to clear out a couple of balls. Again,
seems like you're trying to clear them out.
Well, I appreciate it.
Maybe the ones that didn't sell.
Yeah, but...
You know what I mean?
You know. Anyway.
All I've seen over the weekend is Taylor Swift going to make it?
Going to make it? Is she going to perform?
Is she going to make it?
Of course she's going to make it. She's already arrived.
She arrived like 2 days ago. I'm like, this wasn't a second or minute by minute,
This is just a way to get chicks to give a fuck. Most chicks. I'm sure there are women.
Listen, Taylor Swift moves the needle.
Yeah, she does.
There's no denying it. It's just funny how everywhere I look, everyone's trying to manufacture this will Taylor make it or not scenario where she was days early.
I was with some women on the weekend, obviously with my wife as well.
She's a woman, isn't she?
She is a woman, but she wasn't the one who raised it to me. But there's some huge underground Reddit fucking like conspiracy that Taylor's gay. And the thing is called Taylor Swift, I believe.
Right. And
just food for thought. I'm like, do what you want to do, be what you want to be, yeah, but...
And so this is a marketing ploy to try and get more women watching NFL? Is that what you're saying?
No, not saying that, although there are some people who are like super fucking down the rabbit hole, but I'm not, I don't even know that shit. But no, it was just literally just that she's gay and she hasn't come out.
Right. But would Travis be having the wool pulled over him?
Yeah, I think that the inference would be that Travis none the wiser.
Okay.
They're like analysing her songs and all this shit. Again, I didn't go into it because I was like, I don't care whether she is or she isn't, and I don't care enough to look into it.
So there's Reddit threads called Gayla Swift.
Yeah, there's a whole thread dedicated to it.
Like, you know, and it's not, I don't think it's worth digging into on this very reputable, respected global news breaking podcast, but I just
we only deal in truth, Tom.
We deal in truth, we deal in big news, we deal in big breaking news.
I know our friends at Ned's have got Super Bowl markets today. I don't know if they've got this market, but they should have had it. How many times will they cut to Taylor Swift
Surely
during the broadcast?
Surely they do.
It'd be over and under 400,
I thought you were saying they
wouldn't
should
it?
have a market on whether she's gay or not. I was like,
No.
that would be paying some serious odds.
No. Overs, unders on how many times she's shown it. It'd have to be over under 400, surely.
Have you got any bets on yet?
No.
Should we put some on?
Should we pause to put some on?
Yeah. We'll be right back in a second. We're going to responsibly gamble. So we're back.
We're back.
I think we were just talking about, you know, the quality of news we're prepared to discuss on this podcast and I guess the nature of it. And whilst there is a lot of clearly Reddit hype and hullabaloo around the sexual orientation of Taylor Swift, that is the nature of the internet.
That's not our racket.
That's not our racket. We are about global news. BBC, fuck Jerry on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like the whole gamut. Testy Pop. Got the Daily Telegraph, Sydney Morning Herald, the Australian.
SEN. Fitzy and Whipper.
No one giving us credit. That's fine. Shout out to Tom Decent, which was decent of him.
Tom Decent, he gave us credit, but he gave it pretty late in the piece.
Well, yeah, he certainly waited till the article was over.
Tom Decent basically implied that he was the one to break this world-breaking news, and said that it was also featured on Hello Sport.
Yeah,
it
you
also
saw it
featured in your newspaper
saw
article.
It there, and then you fucking hit him up.
Unfortunately, Tom Decent, not decent by name.
No, he is. He's not. He's the most decent of all of them, except for Joel Kane, who basically was like fucking jerking our dicks before bringing it up with the missile. And actually Fitzy and Whipper.
Missile went out there and did a heap of media of his own, though, so we sort of got washed out.
Oh, mate, listen, the reality is that we were always going to get washed there unless we, like, made someone sign a stat deck that they were going to mention us every time. It wasn't about that. It's about the fact that we are just global newsbreakers, really. Like, that's more what it's about. I don't give a fuck about the recognition. Shout out to Tom Decent. Could have been a bit earlier, but not a big deal. But, like,
just could have been at the top.
That's all we're saying.
Yeah.
I got this yarn from here. Not a big issue. Thank you, Tom. It was, listen, between that and fucking Cleary Fowler, like.
We don't miss.
No.
We haven't missed.
And
really.
But it's also like, it's not our goal. It's never been the goal. When we set out to do this as just a couple of young whippersnappers, fucking full head of hair, big smiles, tight skin. We just wanted to spend time with, our friend.
Each other. We wanted to spend time with each other. We never dared to dream that one day we would be breaking the biggest news stories in sport.
Yeah. Globally.
Global news stories in sport. We didn't think that was on the horizon for us, but sometimes the gods, they shine favourably on their favourite sons, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's been happening in the news breaking arena.
Yeah.
I don't know who the god of breaking news is, but he's a big fan of Hello Sport.
Maybe it's Buzz Rothfield. I don't know. Although I actually think, no disrespect to Buzz, I don't think he's ever broken a global news story.
Has he? He wouldn't have.
Tell me fucking who has.
Because we've broken 2 in the last 6 months.
We've broken 2. This one, and again, full respect to the most powerful sporting power couple of all time in this nation. Again, I'll challenge anyone to try and change my mind on that. But this one was bigger. Missile juicing to the gills, juicing a suit. That's bigger than Fowler Cleary.
Bigger than Ben-Hur, mate.
Yep.
Now, to clarify what he's accepted, has the missile accepted $1 million US if he breaks the record, or does he need to compete and break the record?
For those living under a rock, metaphorical or otherwise, last week Eddie and I were discussing this new concept called the Enhanced Games. A billionaire, a guy started PayPal. Peter Thiel. He's starting this thing called the Enhanced Games where you're allowed to juice. And we were talking about it last week, and then we called up Missile because we were just wanting to know about, like, how good of an athlete would you have to be to see meaningful gains to where you'd be able to, like, do crazy shit. And he was saying that you'd have to be at the tippity top. So you essentially already current current or former world champions.
People of quality.
Yes. But like as in you could make the Olympics and not make the final. You're obviously still a fucking gifted athlete, but
We're talking about the tippity top.
We're
talking about the tippity top. If you lose in the first round of a major, do I give a shit about you? No.
No. Could be like, well done for making the major, but no, I don't care. So he was saying that he was of the belief that would be the required skill set or like level of skill, to which he then just went on and said, and I've got an exclusive for you, an actual exclusive. Shout out to Tom Deason. And he basically was like, I'll do it. If they want to pay me $1 million, I'll juice to the fucking gills and I'll get over there and I'll rip.
But see, that's where I got slightly confused.
The thing is,
in fairness to myself, in that he was saying, I'll break the record for the 50 metres if you pay me $1 million. He never mentioned that he'd go in the Enhanced Games.
No, but he basically said, I'll juice to the fucking gills, which was him basically being like, yeah, I'll do it. Like, that was the point, right? Because the only way you're going to get a mill is if you go on the fucking, with the people with the money. He's like, if it's actually backed by a billionaire, I'll fucking do it. So,
but this guy, them offering him the money, are they saying if you break the record in the event?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So it's got to be about the event, right? Like they're not just going to go, hey, we've got this event going on, but we'll also give you $1 million to not compete in it and try and break the world record. It's like, so from what I've read, there's maybe like a guarantee of like $100,000 if you compete, and then if he breaks a world record or anyone, it's like 1.5.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
So if you break a record, you get $1.5 million.
Yeah. And I got to say, some of the the global nature of it was not surprising at all to me. I expected it fully to go around the world twice, but like to see some people like really fucking salty about it, I was kind of surprised. I'm like, well, who gives a fuck? Like, former rugby league legend Martin Lang of Never Took a Backward Step fame. He was like on Twitter being like, this is a fucking disgrace. Kids, think about the kids. What about the kids? You fucking kids. I'm like, dude, kids? Like this cunt has already, and I say cunt respectfully to the missile, friend of the show, or the pissile, as I've been seeing some people calling him on socials, which is nice. But like he's worked his ass off, made an Olympics, done all this. In everything he's been saying as well, missile is like, mate, the Olympics is still the pinnacle. But this allows me to, this is a potential like, thing where I could extend my career. Like Olympians historically make fuck all post-career. Shout out to the awesome foursome. I hope you're doing well. Do you know what I mean? Like
historically, Olympic athletes make fuck all.
That's what. Yeah.
Blanket rule.
Well, yeah.
Not even during their careers.
Well, if you're good, you do in your Olympic years. But
well, it depends what you're good at. You reckon the best rower in the world makes coin?
Listen,
he doesn't.
Golden Valley. I heard Golden Valley paid well.
Listen, that was a different time. We had an awesome foursome that won at the last Olympics. Do you reckon were they rolling around in Weet-Bix ads and Wheaties ads? No, they weren't. It's a different time. They're on their bare bones. I think the swimmers get pretty good coin.
Yeah. Just
because we revere our dolphins, Tom.
Yeah.
But all Missile's trying to say, punters and dribblers, is I slaved, worked my ass to the bone for fuck all money in comparison like rugby league and AFL. That's the case. And he just wants to flood his body with good old-fashioned testosterone, go out in a super suit and break records, okay, and earn a bit of cheddar.
But, like, the thing is, you know, the way that people are sort of trying to frame it is like, this is going to encourage, like, people from your fucking bush footy to go and fucking do steroids. Like, hey, here's a bit of news for you, dude. Cunts playing bush footy already do steroids. Like, the people do steroids. They're done anyway. Missile's like... What he's doing here is he would be doing it like professionally, clinically. He's not just going to go, I guarantee you, Missile isn't just opening up the boot of fucking someone's car in a car park, Denning Kemp style, and
Bush footy style,
and just injecting it into his ass before
Sharks
he runs on the
2008
field.
style.
Dank sort of energy.
Dank style.
Like this is, and there's all these potential medical ramifications for it. It's like, yeah, you know what? There are also medical ramifications from getting punched in the head or from concussions from rugby league. Like, this is an interesting experiment, sort of an interesting foray into this world where it's like, see what actually steroids can do. Everyone fucking stood up and applauded when that cunt did Icarus. That was brilliant. Look at this fucking documentary. It's like, because he's an athlete, he can't do it, where you're actually going to see meaningful gains. The guy in Icarus got fucking worse.
Listen, the reality is there's a lot of sports already where doping's rife. Ask weightlifting.
Yeah. Ask NBA, apparently, allegedly, I heard.
Ask the NFL, allegedly, on Super Bowl Monday of all days.
Yeah, I know.
Let's not forget the photo of Jared Hayne with the boys, you know?
Yeah.
One bloke had come from rugby league where you get tested and the others hadn't. That's alleged. Go and look at the photo.
Don't look at it. Roger Goodell, we're very sorry. We've got the football here.
But who
cares? It's a good sport. You know?
But as if your dicks and vaginas aren't tingling a little bit over the prospect of, for argument's sake, Usain Bolt, a year out of his career, freshly retired, juicing to the gills, seeing what's possible. How low can we go?
That's it.
How low can we go? We all like going low.
What's that? The fucking...
Hey, mate.
Where you try go low under that bar. Limbo, dude.
Limbo is a crowd favourite. Why? Because as human beings, we love to go low.
That's right. But at some point, Eddie, your back can only go so low. And you know what might help it? Some fucking juice. Good old... How about shout out quickly as well to the Daily Mail, who are in just the most Daily Mail thing. Like when everyone's covering, it's just like a picture of Missile fucking looking awesome. The Daily Mail, it's like James Magnussen there, and then just like a stock image of someone just injecting a needle into their bicep.
Loved it.
That's chef's kiss sort of shit. That's Daily Mail.
It's Daily Mail doing Daily Mail things, and
I love it.
And dominating.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It was an intense photo, and I loved it.
I don't know how you inject steroids, whether it's, can you inject them into any part of your body, or is this I thought it was just a bumhole situation.
Bumhole?
No, not like
I think you're going to the meat of your rump.
That's what I thought it was. But is that maybe just because that's where there is meat?
I think it's because it's meaty.
Yeah.
I think you can go onto the side of your leg as well. I don't know.
No, we don't know.
The best places to inject are your glutes, quads, and delts.
Bang. Not the bicep, Daily Mail.
You looked a little bit like...
Yeah, well, even there, that's
smacky.
more of the veins territory, though, instead of full-on meat of your gun. It was all very performative, and I loved it. But yeah, like the people coming for him. He was in Buzz's. Buzz Rothfield was angry at him in the thingo.
Why?
Because of he echoed the great and powerful, never took a backward step Martin Lang sentiments about it being a bad example for the kiddies.
Got to think of the kids, don't we?
You got to think of the kids. Kids are going to be in kindergarten. Fuck the Olympics.
It's funny because those same journos would have been going, we're going to bring back the biff, bring back the punch on.
It's gone soft.
You know?
Where's the personality?
What, you can't lay out your mate anymore playing a game of footy. Think of the kids.
Yeah. I don't know why you can't just do a bit of fucking steroids and try and break a world record, amongst friends. Now, I do think, and only briefly, I spoke to Missile and Scope on the Mowers Club on SCN on Saturday, that it would only be right and true if you and I... Firstly, I'd like for us to design his super suit. I think that... again, this obviously would need Missile's cosign. I can't... He mentioned it. We design his super suit.
Is he allowed to compete in a super suit? Has that been notified?
We don't know yet, but I think it's just worth getting a couple made up. It's probably just good to get them made up in case. We've had our own run-ins with merch before where, you fail to prepare to fail. So it's better just to be on the front foot with Hello Sport branded super suits. But I think that we should at the very least, if we don't want to juice in solidarity, we're at least up in the stands like Dean Boxall as his coaches, just fucking roid raging as he's winning.
I can Boxall it, for sure.
Yeah.
And we'll work on that design.
Yeah.
I expect you and I to feature somewhere, given it was our idea.
Given basically we've come up with this entire thing, sort of, but not.
Well, we prompted him.
We prompted it. We tickled it. We tickled it out of him.
Correct.
Tickled
We probed it out of him.
Yeah, we probed it.
So if we're not on the suit, I'm not here. And given we're designing it, then I think it makes sense.
Well, again, design it for him before someone else comes in, like a Nike with heaps of money.
Well, lucky we've got Cody who can do it for us.
The White Mamba.
The White Mamba, best in class. Listen, piss off. We're with you, bruh.
Yeah.
We support your quest to become the fastest enhanced athlete or fastest enhanced 50-meter swimmer of all time.
Yeah.
We're here for it.
Listen, you're the fastest athlete of all. You'd be the fastest athlete of all time, but you then would be asterisked.
It doesn't count.
It doesn't count in what? If I see it go that fast, then I saw it and it happened.
Well, it's got an asterisk.
Yeah, I'm saying you give it an asterisk, but it happens. It's there.
Yeah, it's like when Kipchoge broke 2 hours. He did it under a scenario that wasn't valid, but he still did it.
R.I.P. to Kevin Kiptum.
Yes.
Just
Kelvin Kiptum.
Kevin.
For those living under a rock, again, for the second time in the past 10 minutes, Kelvin Kiptum ran a 2 hours, 35-second marathon recently. I think he did it in Berlin, potentially. Maybe that's not correct, but he did it recently. I think he was 25, 26, died in an accident recently, which is very sad.
1999, so whatever that is.
Yeah, he was 24.
24.
Dude,
And
like,
the Chicago Marathon.
Chicago.
We were remarking before the show that 4 years ago, 3 years ago, you would have been very unlikely to have heard any marathon news from me, or a conversation between Ed and I where we were discussing our excitement to see Kevin and Kipchoge go up against each other at the Paris Olympics.
We were wet for that.
We were beating each other off earlier.
Big marathon
But
guys.
obviously we won't have that now because Kevin has sadly passed away.
Terrible, because he was seen as the man strongly likely?
Touted, most likely, likely strongly.
Likely strongly to break the 2 hour marathon record, a fish.
Yeah.
To go sub 2, considered impossible even 10 years ago. But yet here we are. But now here we are as well because he's just passed away. Terrible news, very sad. As fellow marathon runners.
Yeah, the marathon community is in mourning. Punters and Dribblers, as always, we are brought to you by the best betting platform on God's green earth, and that is our good friends at Ned's. Sorry, I swallowed my tongue there, Edward.
That's okay, mate. That's okay. Nothing wrong with swallowing your tongue when you're talking about the greatest punting site of all time. Now, Ned's, they're very good at same-game multis. Now, I bring that up, Tom, because...
Why do you bring that up?
Well, I bring it up because there's some Rugby League NRL preseason games coming up this weekend.
You can smell it.
You can smell it. You can smell Rugby League.
Well, honestly, Edward, there are some cultures that believe there are more seasons than just the summer, winter, autumn, spring.
Which is what you and I...
Which is what we do. Like there are seasons within seasons.
There is. I mean, we've come out of horizontal season.
Correct.
And we've come in earnest into Rugby League season.
Or same game multi-season.
Correct. Depending on how you want to slice it, how you want to dice it. Same game multis have a scent as well.
Oh, God, yeah.
A gorgeous scent.
They do.
An amazing scent. An incredible scent. If you want to smell greatness, punt with the greatest punting platform of all time, Neds. Put on a same gamer this weekend. Okay? And smell God.
You can also follow God. And by God, I mean the punting God. That would be myself. Eddie, not so much. I did just get up on the Kansas City Chiefs. Wow. Underdog. What an underdog story that was. But you can follow on the profiles and you can get into the About Even group. Secret passcode.
Dribbler.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website. Now, this is a little bit more indulgent if you thought us talking about us being global newsbreakers wasn't. Did you see the article that was in the Men's Women's Weekly about your good friends Tom and Eddie here? Did you see it?
I didn't read it.
No, I didn't read it either. Well, I skimmed it, but I was too anxious. Not really, but like when I saw the cover photo and with my wife, and we were like, what the fuck is that photo? And then went in and saw the comments from the dribblers who were like, this is fucking disgraceful, which I could not agree more with. Do you know what?
Should we read some of the comments?
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's what I was saying. We get the comments up. But I was saying to Steph, she's like, why the fuck are you doing that? I'm like, that was the joke period in between photos. Like, do you know what I mean? Like when we were taking photos and we're like standing there.
Yeah.
And then I was like taking the piss, like when it was, we're not taking.
You said afterwards, I bet they use that.
I know, but I was saying it to you as in like, don't fucking use that. It was like a sarcastic, oh yeah, they'll use that and I look like a fucking idiot. I look like I'm in a ska band or some shit. I'm like,
I saw the photo as well. I'm like, I'm not reading this. And that's not to impugn the great work
Eamon. Shout out to Eamon of Resto Bar fame.
Correct. I couldn't bring myself to read it. I didn't want to.
I was a little hung over anxiety, and I was just like, ooh. Saw that photo, saw it getting some traction, the P's and D's. I was like, I'm going to read the comments because it's always a bit funny. But I was like, I'm just going to hold off and reading the article. Plus, I know what I said. So
yeah, well, we were in it.
So it's pretty straightforward. But the photo, Jesus Christ, dude, that fucked me up real bad. But I mean, she was.
Was it in the paper?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so. Fuck. She was getting me in some weird positions. Like, she had me sitting on your armchair at one point. I was like, this feels uncomfortable.
Yeah, she did.
I think the lesson here now is, if we're ever doing that again, is hold firm on your beliefs. Don't allow yourself to be compromised. So I will not sit on the arm of your chair. But thank Christ I didn't use that. Imagine if they use that as well. They roll into me in a ska band.
Did you end up sitting on the arm of my chair?
I sat there and I go, this is uncomfortable.
Yeah, and it was tipping over the
whole
chair.
Thing was
all wrong.
It was all over the shop.
Looked like you were about to sit on my knee.
Yeah, it was real cuck stuff.
Sit on daddy's knee, mate.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
But yeah, that photo of you look like you're in a band who is potentially about to play at the Dubbo RSL.
Very like
one night only.
Yeah. But
tickets
also,
are $5 or a donation to the Rotary Club.
Yeah, but also it was like it was that, like it was me and a lame band, but then it was also like, oh yeah, a couple of zany funny podcasters. Oh, dude, it's worse than I remember.
Oh my God.
Oh Christ.
Oh my God.
Oh, dude. Look at me looking in there. Oh, I think I got sunscreen on my face. Look how white I am.
You look fucking ugly as shit.
I look so bad. I'm going bald. Jesus.
Yeah, it looks like you've slicked your hair over with like gel.
People are like, what the fuck are you trying to do with that hair? I'm like, it's not, what the fuck do you do with your hair? It's short. I didn't even do anything.
You got out of it, Tobler.
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh, hang on.
Jesus, dude. That's a fucking...
That's a ripper.
That's
an
bad.
absolute...
Kel
Night vibes.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Tom looks like a 50-year-old. Where's that going?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that's
just
the article.
Yeah, no.
Tom looks like a 50-year-old autistic man in his...
Derek. That's that read racing. Keep going. Boys from the Bush. The System of a Down lead singer? That was fucking extreme.
Oh, good Lord.
Tom looks exactly how I'd imagine Mr. Beast would look at 45 with a mid-level accounting career. That hurts, but I don't entirely... I know who Mr.
Tom
Beast
of
is.
plenty of hair, but no idea what to do with it, fame. Not the greatest haircut.
Tom's good side. Fuck
Hair
me.
that is perhaps in the process of quitting. Oh, no. Oh, no.
And Men's Women's Weekly of doing Tom Dirty fame. Eddie looking like... Yeah, exactly.
Dad looks like a dad who owns a hipster barber shop and he's in between being with it and being old in the eyes of customers.
People think you have a comb over.
Yeah, I know.
Purpose,
well, fucking, I don't mind. Listen, I'll stack my hair up next to any motherfucker. That photo doesn't look good though. Jesus. That was tough stuff.
Oh my God.
Dude, that's tough, dude.
Oh,
Look at me.
mate.
Oh, fuck, bro. That's so fucked.
God.
Oh, dude, that's so fucked. Look at it. Look, what am I doing? Oh. Again, Just unfortunate stuff there for me.
God save us.
Did you turn your fucking
Did you
computer
read
on
the
silent,
article,
Tobler?
Tobler?
Yeah, I read it. It's pretty much just like your origin story and stuff. Like, it's in the comments.
So
of the post.
not much to it.
No, nothing groundbreaking
The article.
for punters and dribblers that.
Oh yeah.
Or already aware
Well,
of it
we
all.
sort of like it wasn't
It's more of an origin story piece, wasn't it?
state of origin story.
Great photo.
Yeah, good photo.
Well done, mate.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. And listen, she was a lovely lady taking photos, but like there was a clear delineation between taking photos, taking the piss.
And it's cute because you brought in like a little outfit. You brought in your little nice shirt and your jeans and shit.
well, I got changed.
Yeah.
because otherwise I'm just wearing this sort of
Oh
shit.
no, and then
right?
you look like that.
Well, I look like a fucking idiot. One of the great losers of all time.
Got up early to
Scar
iron your
man.
shirt and shit.
I don't have an eye.
Very
We
cute.
know that's a lie.
Very cute, buddy.
Anyway, let's move on. That was tough. But hold on to that photo. Can we get a screenshot of that photo?
We should get that blown up and framed. We need to. We need to.
Yeah.
Print that out, Tobler.
That's so fucking rank. Let's do
We
that.
can put it in our articles section.
Yeah, which I don't even know where that section is, if we've got a section, but disgraceful photos section, I'm sure we've got. Embarrassing footage section, that definitely exists.
That's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Oh.
Eamon, what a selection.
Yeah. Well,
what
no,
a
but
selection.
see, I don't know if Eamon selects or not.
How do you know?
I don't know, so I don't want to pin it on him. But if he did, then you've really fucked your friend here. You fucked your boy Tom. But that's okay because it's funny. But I'm fucking cut about it. We don't necessarily need to talk about this, but did you see Barnaby Joyce? Fucking off his guts, laying on the floor, laying on the side of the like road, on the phone to someone like late at night, like screaming into a phone.
No, I didn't. Nah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I only just saw like the little clip, but it was like, I've mixed me medications. Like him definitely not just fucking smashed on the side of the road.
Opposition leader Peter Dutton says he will speak to Barnaby Joyce this week after the MP was filmed lying on a Canberra footpath late at night. Mr Dutton says he was only aware of what had been made public, but Mr Joyce had already spoken with Nationals leader David Littleproud. Speaking to Sky News, Mr Dutton suggested someone should have stepped in to help Mr Joyce.
It's pretty rough when people are walking past somebody who might be in need of support.
He was on the blower.
I understand that a chalk mark has been drawn on the footpath. It only happened in Canberra where all those Greens and Labor staffers are, but I'll have a chat to Barnaby this week, and as you said, David Littleproud's spoken with Barnaby and he's going to speak with him as well this week, and that's where the situation's at the moment.
Dude, Australian politics is so bogan.
I know,
It's
dude.
so bogan.
I know.
You imagine in America, the head of of a party off his guts, laying in the street, screaming down the blower.
I know. Like they've all got like Secret Service following them and shit. Like helping
They get
them
driven around everywhere.
Barnaby's flogged. He's like, oh, it's a mixture of medication. It's like, okay. So like, should you have been drinking on that medication, or is it like, yeah, sorry, I had my antibiotics and just got fucking smashed?
Oh, I
He was
love
on the
it.
phone to his missus, and this was at like 10 o'clock at night.
It's good stuff.
It's good stuff.
That's why I love this nation.
Yeah.
It's all. Oh my god!
I like that. And then I think someone's put a plaque on there as well.
Really?
Yep.
A lot of plaque work getting around. We like that.
We do like that. Chalk mark drawn around him. Anyway, that was all.
I'm happy we touched on that
It
briefly.
made me giggle. It's like, Barnaby fucking getting into his work.
I'm happy we touched on that briefly. I really am.
Bit of rugby league, Edward.
Yeah, there is a little bit. Listen,
There's a little bit of rugby league.
we're not going to go overboard.
No.
We're not going to start shooting off loads.
No. Already done it.
Not on the podcast.
No. I've already shot off a couple.
Shot a couple off on the
One
weekend.
for every Benja boy was try.
Yeah, three.
Three of them.
Yeah, in the first half.
Yeah.
Three first half loads,
Brooks to Ben.
which is not that easy to do, punters and dribblers. Shooting off 4 in 40 minutes, 3 in 40 minutes.
No, it's fucking, well, usually it's not that easy.
Correct.
Now,
But when the material's up to scratch,
yeah.
when the material's of a certain quality, it's very easy.
It's very easy. Now, New Dior White Mamba over there was like, oh, yeah, when he came in this morning, fuck, were there standing O's at halftime? I was like, hey, Shut the fuck up, mate. That's Tigers bullshit. There was no standing O's at halftime. We realised that it was a training run essentially for a high-quality rugby league side where we bashed the fucking Rabbitohs into the ground.
Listen.
But you still celebrate sexual plays.
What, you can't come on here and celebrate greatness when you see it? Now, I know it was a trial. I know it's not even the pre-season challenge. I know that the Rabbitohs side was a list of who the fuck it used. But all you can do is get out there and play rugby league football, Tom.
Yep.
That's all you can do.
That's all you can do at the end of the day.
Now, obviously, Schuster carrying multiple injuries, so Benny Trebojevic needs to get his hands on the footy, on the seed, if he's to do a job in the 11 jersey, Tom. Then you've got Luke Brooks of finally found his way out of the worst club in existence and has slipped into some quality, that being the maroon and the white of the Manly Moringa Seagulls. And he needs to get his hands on the footy player and remind himself of what it's like to play at a high level.
Yeah, because like he wouldn't have played. Obviously, like he was a great like schoolboy footy player.
But that was a long time ago.
No, of course, but that would have been the last time he played in a good side.
Correct.
So it's like schoolboy.
Is that
prodigy,
11 years? Is it 11 years?
Probably. Schoolboy prodigy. You know, playing with great players inside him, outside him, behind him, in front of him. Everywhere you look, there's good players. In him. Post game. And then you move to the Tigers and you are now bereft of quality football players.
Well, you wither and die on the vine.
Yep. So now he comes to Manly, he's like, holy shit, this is a really good side. I can now be really good.
Seabold as well said of Brooks that they just wanted to get him in a Manly jersey.
Yeah.
That's all they wanted.
Yeah.
They just wanted to get him in one.
Yeah. Which was proving what, I guess, maybe harder to do than they thought during the preseason. It was like, he only puts them on game day. He won't get in a fucking jersey for no one.
That's right. You can read into that how you want.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they wanted him in one time, and they've got it.
Yeah.
They've got him. And to see him go out there and put some reserve graders to the sword, put a tear to my eye. It really did.
Can you get up? I think it may
because he's been oppressed for too long.
Manly Instagram, Mr. Tobler up there, who for the first time rocking the Guy Fieri, or is it?
Oh yes, the debut.
Guy Fieri blonde, looking good.
Yeah.
Can you please go to Manly Instagram and find the video where Brooks gives Ben Trebojevic that short ball? Because I just want everyone to see what the sort of material it was that was making us come 3 times in 40 minutes. I think it's probably fair to share.
It's always fair to share, Tom.
Sharing's caring.
Sharing is caring. I look at that and I think to myself, I could get very used to short balls to Ben Trebojevic crashing through the line.
Well, it was just nice to see our left edge. Oh, God.
Look at this. Short, bang.
Can we click some sound on that, please, next time? Bang! Oh, I take that back.
Do you think there was commentary, mate?
Yeah, mate. Look at that. Look long, play short. He's looking bigger. Look at the size of the kid.
He's starting to fill out, Tom. He's starting to fill out. Look at this. This is slick rugby league football. Bang. Look long, play short. Ben Trebojevic, little showing, little Narbra there. We love it. Good stuff.
Again,
obviously people will be
pre-season
sitting there
trial
going, what are
against
you
the Plumbers.
talking about? Who gives a shit? You won the preseason challenge last year and nothing happened. I'm not sitting here saying that we'll win the comp off that performance. We'll win it anyway.
Yeah,
we didn't need to go out there and do that to win the comp.
I didn't need to see Ben Trebojevic score 3 tries and complete 3 times to know we're going to win the comp.
But as the great guru said, that's the rugby league guru. Imagine if they hadn't performed well. It'd be alarm bell central.
Yeah.
So the fact that we go out there and we do as advertised, at least you know what you're buying. You're buying quality.
Yeah.
And quality delivered.
Well, because Ben just re-signed for the 3 years, so it's nice to come and see him put on a try for every year he's extended.
Which I think was a nice nod.
Yeah, it was. And that's the level of control the kid's playing with. I might just go and score 3 first half tries because I signed for 3 years.
Cherry Evans wasn't even playing.
No one was playing. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, it's like.
But what I'm talking about is
Ben and Brooks.
What I'm talking about is Cherry Evans running the team around the park frees up Brooks to play a bit of footy.
Well, because that's the thing, right? Brooks, the less footy he can play, the better footy he's going to play. Like, you need him to feel free to basically play no footy. When he has the footy, he can play footy.
I want him to be in a position mentally whereby he knows that he doesn't have to play any footy if he doesn't want to.
No. there's no obligation for you to play any football today, Luke Brooks. But if the football finds its way into your hands, it's on point.
Make your tackles.
Yeah.
Make your tackles, but you don't have to play any football.
No.
If you don't want to.
We just want you to be freed up, to be yourself, to do nothing. But when you want to do something, you can.
Because some players, unfortunately, Tom, when they're thinking about playing footy,
Fucking wigs them out.
it hampers their ability to play footy. Because you're too busy thinking about it instead of playing it.
They say about the grand final. Don't play the grand final in your head before you play the grand final. Like, you could have played fucking multiple games of rugby league football in the week leading up to the grand final. Grand final day comes, you're fucked.
Exactly. It's like looking at the defence before you've caught the footy.
Oh, mate. Took a look, did you?
That bloke took a look.
Kid took a look.
Tobler would take a look at the line. He's giving me that sort of vibe. No offence. I know, I'm not. I'm just pointing out what I've seen.
Fair.
I think he's scat again third week in a row.
Well, I wasn't scat last week.
Yes, you
and
were.
I'm not that. No. Last Monday I wasn't. Remember? It was all a ruse. It was all a trick.
Yeah, but once you showed the blue hair and the ruse was over, you were still scat. You were moping around all day last week.
wasn't?
Yes, you were. He was moping about.
After the big reveal, I was back to normal, good as gold.
He's mope city at the moment. We need to try and get him happy again. I don't know if it's a hair thing. I don't know if the dye has seeped into his skull.
Have you had a good day?
Today I have had a good day.
Mamba? That was a yes. That was a huge yes from him over there. Wiramu?
Great day.
Fucking oath. That's what we need.
Now, the preseason challenge does begin this Thursday.
We're not in it though, right? Because we're playing in Las Vegas, or are we in it?
No,
we're
we
still
play
in.
on Sunday. But I think we only play one game, don't we?
No, we play two. We play against the Roosters and the Broncos.
Okay.
But I believe the second game is just before we go to
Yeah,
Vegas, it'll be like...
It'll be our park
Yes.
footy players. Did we sign Brandon Wakeham?
Interesting.
Interesting. We got a lot of halves. Fuck, lot of halves.
Lot of halves. That's all right. Now,
Fine. So when's that set? When's the first? Could you give us the rundown, Tobler, or at least just get up on the screen for us so we can see who's playing who in the zoo? Because this is all available on KO, right?
Yep.
Huge. I thought...
live and ad free during play.
Yes, I thought yesterday's games were going to be on KO.
No, these
Or
are trials.
anywhere.
Some of them were on Facebook Lives.
Fuck, I was trying to find it yesterday. I didn't look that hard, in fairness. But
You had a dad look.
I had a dad look, exactly right. I had a little glance at the places where I thought it should be, and it wasn't, and so I gave up.
Yeah, it all kicks off this Thursday night. Storm versus
so we've got
Dogs.
Thursday night footy.
Thursday night, 7 p.m, Bulldogs take on the Storm. Saturday, 1:45, Knights, Sharks. Saturday, 3:45, Roosters, Seagulls. That's unmissable. Saturday, 5:55, Eels, Raiders. Saturday, 8:05, big day Saturday.
Huge day.
Rabbitohs take on the Dragons. Then Sunday, Warriors, Tigers at 2 p.m, bloodbath incoming.
Well, that's a DM. I mean, I know the Warriors had a good year last year, but take last year out, that's a Sunday 2 p.m. game right there.
Correct. Sunday, 4 p.m, Cowboys, Broncos. Nice. Sunday, 6:15, Dolphins take on the Titans.
That Sunday 2 p.m. game actually, I think, lines up perfectly with when our friend Alexander the Great Volkanovski walks out to go and beat the piss through Taporia.
I believe it's a 2 p.m. main event, so it's more likely he walks out when the Cowboys take on the Broncos, Tom.
Oh, main event starts 2 p.m.
Main event starts at 2 p.m.
Oh, okay. I tell a lie. That's good.
So, punters and dribblers, if you are going to play smart rugby league football this Sunday,
Eyes
the
up,
18th
rugby
of
league football?
February, Eyes Up, which is the flavour that Tom and I like to play with, Eyes Up footy, I'd be split screening this bitch. I'd have the UFC 298 Volkanovski versus, how do you pronounce his name, Tom?
Ilya Taporia.
Taporia. I'd be having that on one side, and I'd be having my rugby league NRL preseason on the other.
Also,
and I'd be working it.
That card also has Robert Whittaker fighting Paulo Costa, which is just a fucking... It's a super interesting fight.
Do not leave the house this Sunday and Saturday, really. I mean, this is a weekend for just lounging around, watching preseason footy, and then on UFC getting really pumped up for it. Sunday's compulsory to be
it's absolutely compulsory. I've been, keeping my eye on some Volk content of late. Just, obviously, he took that fight against Islam on, fucking 11 days' notice, and he looked like physically he looked sloppy as shit, which
And
is to be
Islam
expected.
looked incredible.
And Islam looked phenomenal. But now seeing Volk back with a full, legitimate, good, honest, true camp, he looks fantastic. And I fully expect him to go out there and beat the fuck out of him.
Is he a heavy favourite?
I wouldn't have thought so. He might even be a dog.
No way he's a dog.
I don't know. Let's check that on our good friends, with our good friends at Ned's.
I'm not going to be angry if he's a dog because
No, because that's where we'll be.
No, Volk's favourite, $1.87.
$1.87, $1.94.
$1.94.
So it's tight.
It's tight as Whitaker favourite, Costa $2.80. Ian Gary, Jeff Neal. Ian Gary most likely going to win. He's the one who was getting accused of being a cuck by Sean Strickland. Dude, and then the Henry Cejudo and Marab Davishvili. It's a hard name to pronounce, but that's also going to be a fucking mad fight. Now, can you just look up, and this is off, this is not to do with this card, what's our boy Jack Della Maddalena up to? When's he fighting next? I think he's fighting
UFC
Burns?
299.
Gilbert
Gilbert Burns.
299.
That's a motherfucking monster fight. Like, Gilbert Burns is a serious animal. This is, like, comfortably his biggest test.
Yeah, but so's our boy Jack.
No, I know,
Della
but what I mean is just, like, you know, he's a fighter because he's Aussie that we've, like, followed along from the very start of him, like, just coming through and fighting scrubs, beating the shit out of him, and just continually, like, you know, getting
But he's
up
starting to
and
get up to the big boy territory.
Dude, Gilbert Burns almost beat Kamaru Usman when Kamaru was champion. Like, this is serious shit. You'd argue if he wins it, he's in title contention. He probably got maybe one
more
fight
after
after,
that,
but
yeah.
like,
Is he? What is he ranked? Is he in the top 10
you
yet?
have to be in the top 10, surely.
Anyway, UFC 298, 2 p.m. Buy it via KO. It's on main event, but main event on KO, and then split screen that bitch with the preseason championship.
Rugby League.
What is it called? Preseason championship? Preseason tournament?
Preseason challenge.
Preseason challenge.
And-
Obviously, for those living under a rock, Manly won it last year and won $100,000 dues.
Which is what you win for getting minor premiership, so they're obviously seen as equal. We don't really give a fuck about it this year, though, because we're going to Vegas. And I don't mean us, I mean the club probably don't really give a shit. You know?
Well, we're going to Vegas, and the second game's, settled right up against us needing to fly out.
Yeah.
They probably, most of the squad actually will have flown out by that game, I would have thought. They'll get there pretty early.
When do they fly over?
I think they'll be there at least a week before.
Imagine if we managed to hop on the same flight.
We're not going a week before.
Oh, we're a bit after.
We're getting there Monday night. They'll be there Saturday, I'd say.
Yeah. Getting acclimatised in that.
We got to get acclimatised in that.
Yeah. You fully need to get acclimatised in that. The desert air.
You got to get seriously acclimatised in that.
Yeah.
When do we go? 2 weeks' time?
2 weeks today.
2 weeks today. Giddy up.
Giddy up, dude. Very excited. Very excited.
Round 2. The boys might play this in leave, but they may not. This is the following weekend, punters and dribblers.
I don't think they'd want to risk them, right?
Bunnies, Roosters, Friday, 6 p.m. Sharks, Bulldogs, Friday, 8 p.m. Storm Knights, Saturday, 1:45. Warriors, Dolphin. They got some rippers, the Warriors, 3:45. Seagulls, Broncos. I just get the feeling like Manly's playing elite sides because we are an elite side. Do you see what I mean? DMC Bowl, we love that. Round 2, Dragons take on the West Tigers.
Were the Roosters playing the Bunnies?
Yeah.
I think they've just got like the Vegas sides playing each other. Like we played Bunnies first. Oh, yeah. So we're playing Roosters the first, and then we play Broncos.
And then we play Bunnies over there.
Yeah, and we already played the Bunnies, but so we played. So
True.
I think that maybe it's just like so those sides can be like,
Yeah.
let's not do anything silly here, guys.
But my point still stands. They're taking quality sides to Vegas. We're playing quality sides in the preseason title.
Quality sides are sent to be quality.
Dragons, Tigers.
Oh, DMC Bowl for a preseason tournament. Love that.
8:05, Saturday the 24th of Feb. Unmissable. Dragons take on the Tigers at 8:05. I'm predicting 0-all or 2-all.
0-all.
0-all, 2-all.
0-all, 2-0, 2-all.
Yeah. Honestly,
3-1.
3-1. I actually don't mind 3-1.
I think 3-1's good.
3-1 Dragons. 3-1 Dragons.
Yeah.
absolutely unmissable. Benji and the boys, working hard in the off-season
Well,
at that
it's
one
trial.
point.
It's trial.
It's trial. Raiders, Cowboys, Titans, Eels. And that rounds it out. Next Sunday, 5 p.m, Titans take on the Eels.
That's a good one. That's a nice way to if you're feeling nice and scat and introspective, just let it all melt away with a nice.
That's a
nice game of
beautiful
Titans,
way. That's a beautiful way to
quell
take a load off, so to speak.
to quell the anxieties about the impending week.
Correct.
It's good to have footy back on though.
The
dude.
Anxiety Bowl, Titans Eels, 5 p.m. Sunday.
Dude, that's what we're going to start calling the Sunday 4 or Sunday 6.
Yeah,
The Anxiety Bowl.
Love it. KO, they're showing them all live and ad-free.
Yeah.
If you unsubscribe for the summer, it's now time to resubscribe. Punters and Dribblers make smart decisions. And if you don't, then you don't like rugby league. It's as simple as that.
Well, enjoy
And you
watching
can go and
like
fuck
3
off.
games a week. You raised in a fucking barn, cunt?
Am I raised in a barn?
Were you raised in a barn?
Cunt?
Yeah.
No.
I feel like you're doing a great disservice to the proud people who raised you, Mama and Papa Sims, when you just piss all over the toilet.
Did I piss on the seat?
Just leave it there.
Sorry, mate.
Just the lack of awareness or
I left it for you.
consideration for anyone else, just to piss all over a seat and just go, all right.
I left it for you.
Walk out.
I left it for you.
I don't know if there's anything in this world that fucks me off more than piss on a seat. I'm like,
left it
it
for
is
you.
the height of fuck you. Anyway, I just thought I'd bring that up because I don't want you. I know your parents. They're good people. And I think your mum particularly, she'd be really upset at you, mate.
She wouldn't care.
Yeah, is she a bit of a seat pisser, you reckon? I don't. I know for a fact she isn't. She'd be like, I raised my boy better than that.
she'd sit down, so she would be a seat pisser.
She'd be fucking furious.
But I
at
don't
you
think she-
pissing
I
on her.
don't-
She sat down on your piss.
I
She's
don't-
like, you little fucking
but
shit.
I think she probably the opinion that it, nothing like rustling Tommy Burm's feathers on a Monday.
Nah, disagree.
Good for the soul.
Disagree. She'd be like, I raised my boy better than that. You shouldn't piss on a seat. Because I know that wasn't intentional from you. That's just, let me just piss anywhere. You may as well piss all over the floor, mate. Next time, just stand up and just piss on the floor.
I can leave some on the floor for you next time.
Well, not for me, no, but just piss yourself, piss on the floor,
Well, how about this? I'll leave a bit on the floor for you next time,
and then a bit on the seat.
and a bit on the seat, and you can tell me how it feels.
Well, I'll probably slip over and do my ACL, so that'd be nice.
Hit your head, mate.
Could do. Strong neck, though.
Now, Cody, I believe there was some. Cody is basically our resident football guy. Apparently, he loves it. He loves the Tigers and he loves football. He loves the A-League too. So
Which is huge.
you could argue strongly that bit of a weird guy,
Yeah.
but we like him.
No,
We like weird.
We like weird.
He came in this morning and turned our attention to some news we probably otherwise would have missed, in fairness.
Shockingly.
To us. A-League news. But it was funny, and it's going to be worth going over. Basically, it was, I don't know how common this is, but a bit of a weird weekend for the A-League. And sort of went out of their way to show their professionalism, Tom.
Yeah, right.
It's fair to say. Now,
Well, so what happened?
I believe Tommy Tobler has got a list for us.
Yeah, so firstly, Western United from Melbourne went to play Wellington Phoenix in New Zealand, but only took their away top. No, they took their home top, I believe, and then Wellington Phoenix was going to play in their away top, right? Because it's black. Turns out that fucking Wellington fucked that up, didn't bring the jerseys to the game, so the Wellington Phoenix kit man had to drive 30 kilometres to go get the other kit, bring it back, and then play the game.
That's like under 4 sort of
Because the
shit.
colours clashed.
Oh, fuck. One of the mums forgot to fucking wash the jerseys this week.
That's exactly what it sounds like. And you're playing in either a dirty old jumper or you don't play in jumpers
No,
at all.
everyone's just shirts and skins.
Okay, great start for
Right,
the
good
A-League.
start.
And then MacArthur, which I believe is like a juniors team or in the youth league. They forgot to-
MacArthur's aside from like South Sydney, isn't it?
I thought they had an A-League team, MacArthur FC.
Yeah, they do.
Oh.
Yeah, so their youth team didn't bring the right jerseys as well, so they had to borrow the Newcastle Jets away kit to be able to play.
Oh my god!
Because
So they were
forgot
playing in
their-
Newcastle Jets kit
Against Newcastle Jets.
against the
Yeah.
Jets.
Okay,
They were
sure.
wearing their
This is
away
embarrassing.
jerseys.
Like,
And then the Sydney FC women's bus went to the wrong stadium. So that game was delayed by 30 minutes because they had to go to the right fucking stadium.
oh my god, dude!
And then there was this absolute horror miss in one of the games. I'm just trying to find it now.
Oh God.
Give me
The
a horror
A-League, we've been over it before, but I'm going over it again. Used to be okay in Del Piero
Del
and
Piero
Heskey,
played in it.
you know, like,
Imagine forgetting Del Piero being in a league where they forgot their jerseys to the game. You'd be like, "Excuse me,
excuse me?
excuse me."
What the fuck are you talking about?
I assume I'm saying this with confidence.
Do you know they had like a gather round equivalent or a magic round equivalent where they played all the games in Sydney over a weekend? Now, I think the biggest crowd they got was like 8,000 to a game, something like that.
Call it no one around.
The W League got, I think the highest crowd for W League was under 2,000.
the highest.
The highest.
Tough.
All games totaled like.
Where's
11,000.
everyone who
Well-
wants fucking equal pay? Why aren't they coming to the games? Why aren't they coming out supporting?
I know.
Why aren't they coming to watch?
Great point, Tom. Great point. Matilda's put the sport on the map. Where are the equal
Fucking
pay
oath,
guys? They
did
should be in the
bloody well.
crowd.
Why? Yeah. Why? Where's all the crowd from the Tillies? Fucking ripped. They're doing their job.
They did their job.
They
They've
did
done
their
their
job. They're doing their job.
They've done it. They're doing it. Crowd's not showing up.
No, they're not.
Crowd's not showing up. Now, the most outstanding miss, the most astonishing miss. What's this game in?
So this was Sydney FC versus the Central Coast Mariners over the weekend. That Sydney won 3-0 anyway, but it's just this absolute sitter that this guy bottled.
Lolly. His touch. Just
Pat
away
Wood.
From him. The Mariners have the ball back. Now can they do something with it?
Wow.
Open goal.
my! He's got your hair.
He's got the Tommy Tobler
I know,
haircut.
it's giving us bleached hair a bad name.
Jeez, that's part of it. That is horrific stuff. Bottled it from right in front.
Astonishing miss.
Pat Wood.
Why does he use that foot?
It doesn't make any sense. Just tap it off with your left.
Why do
and
you use his
edge it
right
past.
foot?
Has he not got the ability to use his fucking left foot?
You
It
think
looks
he might
like
be-
he overthought the fuck out of
You
it.
reckon he's a right foot only guy? Can't turn left sort of stuff.
But that would almost be confusing to that being the. Are you on that side? Would you be a left side player if you're a right foot player? So you can curl it in? Well, if you're Pat Wood who can't kick a goal from fucking 2 metres out from the goal.
That's extraordinary from Pat Wood. Use your left, mate.
Yeah.
Use your left.
Or, if you want to get really technical, the outside of your right. So you don't have to be like,
Where is the A-League at? Is it in sort of
Good.
administration territory?
that's rugby union at the moment. The Rebels folded. Did you see that?
Saw that.
It's tough.
That is tough.
But, like, let's just now take all those players, spread them out across competition.
So
People are like, if it's a truly national sport, they should be in Melbourne. It's like, but no one gives a fuck in Melbourne. So, like, why would you do it in Melbourne?
where are we at with the competition? What's the Super Rugby competition look like?
Sorry,
now?
we did just skip off A-League, but
That was A-League.
that was A-League. That was the A-League news. Because usually we'll just cut off mid-sentence when we're doing it.
So Australia back to 4 teams? Are the Western Force still in it?
Force, Reds, Waratahs.
Brumbies.
5 was too many, dude. 5 was taking the piss. 4's too many. You fucked the Force off as well.
Yeah, and keep it East Coast.
Yeah.
And New Zealand's just there. I don't think we need a Perth side.
I don't think we need a Perth side. Listen, Rugby League could do with a Perth side maybe.
So just before the tournament starts, the Rebels are out. Is that basically the long and the short of it?
Yeah, I wonder, because they folded, but like...
Are you across this, Willie? You're sort of our resident union guy.
I've seen a few things here and there. They're trying to gather some cash, the Rebels, but I think it's dead in the water.
He loves the Wallabies at least.
I love the fucking Wallabies.
But he loves it.
I was up for every World Cup game at 3 and 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know why.
Damn, dude. The sucker for punishment. So the Rebels like walking around with like a can in their hand, being like, change. Change.
You know what they could do, the Rebels? Go to a classic sure thing. Car wash.
Yep. I like that. So this is like raising some cash. Get them into some bikinis, or they need chicks in bikinis, really. Like, I mean, although Taniela Tupou's down there, I'd watch that motherfucker in a bikini clean a car.
Listen, there's a relatively big gay community in Melbourne.
That's true. Why has it just got to be heterosexual? It's very fucking single-minded of me.
Couple of big, strong, thick
Rugby
boys in
union boys.
thongs.
Yeah.
I reckon
in those Borat suits.
in those Borat suits, that turns heads. That turns some heads.
Well, it turns gay heads.
Turns gay
I mean,
heads.
it did turn everyone's heads. You'd be like, hey, what's going on over there? The desire to inspect further would be more of the...
Listen, you're going to get footy fans down there. We know that. Looking to get their car washed, help support.
Don't tell Martin Lang about it. I don't know how he's going to feel about the kids coming down to see Taniela Tupou in a fucking G-banger wash a car.
Listen, the things you do.
Or Spanion, for that case. Don't let either of them know.
Yeah, don't let Spanion know.
Definitely don't let Spanion
Spanion wouldn't be happy.
Spanion would be pissed.
However, it would be very tough being a player, being asked to go down and clean cars in a thong when you've...
Well, when you also
when the
could go
season's
to like,
just around the corner.
Yeah, and
there'd be blokes who'd be like, I'm gonna debut, get a Super Rugby cap, pretty excited about it. Next thing they know, they're washing thongs for homosexuals.
Well, cars, not thongs. Yeah.
They're washing cars in thongs for homosexuals.
Also, though, I now realised that we are forgetting that women also like men.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Great point. That's the reason.
So women would also be down there. It wouldn't just be... But the fact...
Missed that.
We're usually a bit sharper than that. Monday.
Monday.
World news break, because we haven't slept since breaking global news. What I would say is that aside... homosexual men and heterosexual women, or people that are just interested in...
Or people that like their car being cleaned, or people that like people wearing thongs.
That's true. All things are on the table there. That whole thing aside, like just having to, as you say, swap the studs for the sponge to clean cars, try and revenue raise for your rugby club, would be a difficult thing to probably like stomach.
It'd be an incredibly difficult thing to stomach. But unfortunately, such is the times, as they say.
Yeah, not our problem sort of stuff. As in not our problem. Do what you need to do.
Listen, we've come in here with at least an option.
I've also got another option. I just thought of one. And this is time-honoured as well. This is actually pretty fucking... I'm surprised you didn't think of this. Fucking one of those things at Freddo's. Chockies. Just take them everywhere. Take them with you.
Freddo's, caramel koalas.
Yeah, that's it. Just none of the... And just caramel koalas in your stock standard Freddo. We don't need any of these random
Now, they've got to be the big ones.
No, they've got to be
the
big.
ones for $1.
Yeah, or $2.
Are they $2 now?
I think they were $2. I think we can go with a $2 coin.
Well, inflation.
Exactly. So we get that there. We get them in news agencies. We get them basically... You almost maybe make it like mandatory that every player has to carry them with them.
I like the idea of getting down to weekend sport. So what are we playing at the moment? Bit of cricket. You get down there on the weekend and you pass around a Freddo.
Yep.
Or a Caramello Koala and you try to move the needle. I mean, that got a young Edward Simpson to Fiji for a youth soccer tournament back in the day, for selling Freddo frogs.
Well, I mean, I'm
Caramello
sure the
koalas.
salary cap pretty similar.
It wouldn't be.
They're not worlds away, your W soccer team and the Rebels, given the current climate of Australian rugby.
Not worlds away, no. Shout out to the Dubbo Devils. I think under 12s. Big trip to Fiji. Loved it. Obviously, we got the chockies. We won. I know we're talking chocolates, but I also won.
But you sold chocolates to get the chocolates.
Sold chockies to get the chockies. Are they still doing that? Where are we at with that sort of thing? Do you have to have like a little square reader now? No one has cash.
That's a good point.
Worth looking into. I wouldn't want to send the boys out. If we're trying to save the Rebels here, Tom, I wouldn't want to send the boys out without a card reader.
Square, what do you call it? Square something.
Square something.
Might even just be square.
Square terminal.
Yep.
How many chocolates do you reckon they'd need to sell to save the club? 1,000?
Well, how much money they need?
Couple of grand?
Couple of grand, you reckon?
I think it's a few million they're in debt, like 8 mil.
Okay.
Right.
Hold on. So how many $2 Freddos goes into 8 million, Eddie?
4 million.
4 million.
How many players in a squad? 30. 30. Well, so you got to
4
sell
million divided by 30. You got to start breaking it down.
You got to sell what 100,000 ish. I don't know if that math works.
I'm looking to you for this.
133,000 ish.
See, that's pretty good math off the top of the dome. Each. Now, if you're working 7 days, when do they need this money by? End of the season?
What time?
What's 133,000 divided by 365?
Well,
No, he's doing it.
No, I'm not trying to work it out.
365.
Is it? So you're going to sell 365. Do 365 divided by 8? We get the hours because you're going to work an 8-hour shift.
45.
45 an hour?
Okay, but you don't have a whole year because they're about to fucking kick off. So you really...
Well, you go to the bank and you say, listen, I've already sold X amount of Freddos. Here's the plan, Stan. You go down with a business plan, Tom.
Yeah.
You go down there with a PowerPoint and you explain to them what the fuck's up.
While I've got you interested in a couple of Freddos. Okay. Okay, it's starting to make sense.
It's
now.
making a lot of sense. You go down to schools, Tom, primary schools of this great nation. You say, I'm going to run a free clinic for you, but there's a catch.
It's not totally free.
It's not totally free. You need to buy Freddo frogs.
You need to have 45 at least this hour.
Yeah. Listen, I'll do an hour clinic, but I need to sell 45.
Yeah. I have to. Otherwise, I have to.
I have to. Otherwise, I'm fucked.
Otherwise, I will have to move cities.
And maybe you love Melbourne. Maybe that's where you were born. Maybe that's where you were raised. Maybe that's where you picked up your first Gilbert, Tom.
Well, I know that the Rebels side is absolutely bursting at the seams with local juniors.
Maybe you like the city for what it offers.
Yes.
And you're not in the business of going to Perth or to the Reds or to the Waratahs or heaven forbid to Canberra.
Brumbies, yeah, that would be worse.
So maybe in your mind, selling 45 Freddos and or caramello koalas an hour, a better option.
Do we maybe go down there and, because we want everyone to do well, do we go down there and run a seminar? Because not everyone's going to be as good as each other at selling. So you need to make sure there's a baseline of competency of how to fucking move Freddos. So whether we go down there and put the headsets on and we sort of, give a little bit of a TED talk to them, or a Fred talk in this instance.
A Fred talk. So, like Wolf of Wall Street sort of stuff.
Sell me this Freddo.
Instead of selling me this pen, sell me this Freddo.
Sell me this Freddo.
Tell you how I'd do it?
I'd love to know. This is free advice here, so get your pencils out.
Yeah. I would say you've got to create demand.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the only way to do that is to basically put in their mind that the only thing they're wanting in that moment is a Freddo or a caramello koala, and the only one with access to it is you.
Yeah. You got to create the need,
the want, the urge.
The urge for a Freddo or a caramello koala.
Would you eat one in front of someone?
Yeah, no, you'd be sucking on one, I think.
Sucking the caramello out.
See, now this also, we need to factor in Freddos consumed on job. Do you know what I mean? Because
okay,
how many
wastage.
Wastage. How many Freddos you got to suck per sale?
Because there's a trade-off there. Is that going to affect my ability to even be selected in the side if I'm sucking on caramello koalas from sun up till sunset?
Sundown, right? Yeah. Well, skin fold sort of issues down the line.
How did you used to eat your caramellos? Where would you start sucking the caramel from?
Oh, I'm sucking the head first. I'm probably decapitating mine and then sucking its insides.
Suck from the belly?
Yeah. Well, you're sucking from the neck because I've just eaten the head.
So head goes and then you're sucking from the neck.
Yeah, Josh Massoud style, but it's a reverse Massoud because instead of shitting down it, I'm sucking it out.
Yeah. You can then also sort of snap the belly off once the caramel's gone and sort of scrape up the residue. I'd be showing people how to eat caramello koalas.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like, have you ever seen the correct way to eat a caramello koala?
Because exactly.
We're about to show you.
And then you can go all the way down to the feet.
Oh yeah.
And
well, the caramel goes all the way in.
It goes down to the bottom of his shoes.
Yeah, it does. Now the Freddo is sort of just a bite and suck situation. I think it's
Well,
A nibble and suck.
Oh, well, a nibble and then suck in the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot denser, obviously, the
It
Freddo.
is. It's the consistency all the way through.
That's
so
right.
It's a nibble and suck.
Well, he doesn't contain caramel in his belly.
No, he doesn't.
Now, it would have been handy, Tom. It would have been handy if the Wallabies were still with Cadbury. Because we're probably going to have to pay for these.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So not only do we need a loan to prop up the club, but we actually need a fucking
We actually
another
need a loan
for the Freddos.
For the Freddos. I wonder what they charge you. What sort of
So I
clip would
found
they
a
take?
box of like 36 of the big Freddos for $32.50.
Okay, we need boxes of 45 for starters, but only because that's what we need to be selling an hour. Do you know what I mean? They should be in hourly units.
Yeah. Well, we're going to sell 90 an hour roughly now.
Because we're going to pay 30.
Because we're paying if you're selling them for we just going to have to sell them for more. We're going to have to sell them for $3.
$3?
Yep. $3, and you could sell them for, and you'd have to sell less than 45. It'd be about 41 or something, 42. So
It's there.
it's there.
Reach
and
out.
listen, with the current rate of inflation and the cost of goods, Tom, $3 for a big one.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
No, it's actually, that's probably what you're paying over the counter these days. Maybe more.
Mate, I paid $3.50 yesterday for an icy pole. So
we could be, maybe
and that's
we should,
ice. That's
just
ice with a bit of sugar.
Yeah, it's frozen sugar water. Maybe we could sell them for $4.
$5. Neat $5.
Just give us a note. You got a note?
And it's for the Rebels. Do you love your footy?
Yeah. Do you love your rugby?
Do you love your caramels?
Yeah. Okay, there you go. That's there. That's there for free.
That's there. There. And listen, don't ever come and at Tom and I saying that you don't love the game of rugby because
just support us.
Ideas like that do not grow on trees.
No, they don't.
They grow in the minds of two famous young podcasters with great heads of hair and tight skin.
Tight skin. Tobler, can you just look this up and then we'll go somewhere else and we'll come back to it. I saw a quote in the Fitz Files, Sydney Morning Herald on the weekend, of PVL, again, semi-Masood style, slitting the throat of Andrew Abdo and shitting down his neck. I don't know where it was, but it was like a quote about him. Like it was PVL sort of almost like speaking openly about a shortcoming of Abdo's. Now, in isolation, that quote could be misleading. There may have been a greater story to it, so I'm just interested to hear what it is. But it was basically something about like Abdo having to get better at something. And I just thought, oh, that's spicy. Oh, I haven't heard much about that. But speaking of like A-League.
Is that to do with potentially...
The way that it was explained, no. Vegas?
Yes.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But it's funny because you've always thought the CEO of the NRL, historically the CEO of the NRL was always the man. Todd Greenberg was the man. David Gallup was the man. It was fucking Peter Beattie even.
They didn't have the
commission.
They didn't
I
have
know.
the commission.
But so now you see it with
But
the commission.
Peter Beattie wasn't as big of a man.
No, but I don't even know. He may not have been CEO. Was it David Smith?
No, but Peter Beattie was the chairman.
Commission chairman, yeah, but he wasn't PVL.
David Smith was the banker.
Who was the CEO?
They brought in to try and make numbers work, I believe.
Yep.
Was he a POM, David Smith?
Yeah, he was a POM. He was a POM.
That's your first problem.
You're exactly right. But while Todd was looking into that, and we were on, some sort of like A-League behaviour, this is pretty A-League from the Dragons. It's DMC. It's very DMC. Shane Flanagan, it's reported. I'm going to say Buzz Rothfield reported, but I don't know. He needed to convince the doorman at Cogra that he was the coach of the club and to let him in.
Oh my God. To get into the club?
To get into the ground.
To get into the ground.
For a fucking game. For a trial game.
So he goes, who are you, mate?
They're like, mate, sorry, you don't have accreditation. Oh, they didn't put him on the list. Sorry, mate, not on the list. He's like, I'm the fucking coach of the club.
Sorry, mate. So that was during the trial. He couldn't get into the ground.
I believe so, yeah.
God, I love how Bogan and Bush League, our sport can be sometimes. I just love it.
It's so good.
Oh, you're the coach, are you? Again, imagine if that happened in the Premier League or something.
Fucking club, mate. Do you though? Because you're not on the list. The coach of the club would be on
Pep
the list.
Guardiola rocks up somewhere. They're like, sorry, mate, you're not coming in.
In fairness to this person who's working for the club with which he clearly knows nothing about, maybe an outsourced security team. We don't know that. They may not be club.
We would assume.
I'd
be very surprised if the Dragons had in-house security.
Same. But if you're going to play, devil's advocate or Seki's advocate here, I would be like, well, if you're the coach, can't you be on the list? And you're not on the list, so you mustn't be the coach.
It's a reasonable point. You could also argue that Flanagan could go, well, is there a coach's name on here? Is Shane Flanagan's name on here? No, it isn't. Look it up. This is the coach
of the club. Well, that's probably what he had to do.
So don't you think it's strange that the coach's name isn't on the fucking sheet of paper you're holding, bro?
Yeah. Listen, I wonder whether Flano would have had to have dropped a "Do you know who I am?" or has he just got a call like the media manager?
I think he might have had to have Googled himself, Tom.
Shit, that's tough, dude.
Because you call the media manager, he's not picking up.
Yeah, and you're just standing there. Someone just going for a touchdown. Sam Fran. Fuck.
Listen, it's a long game.
No, it is a long game.
It goes for about 10 hours.
It does.
Have you got anything for us, Tobler?
Yeah, all it says is that he had to talk his way into Cogra Oval car park because someone forgot to put his name on the list and the attendant didn't know who he was.
Talk his way in says to me that Flano's had to start Googling himself.
He had to Google himself. Because also, I've been to that car park before.
Have you, mate?
It's hardly ritzy, buddy. It's a lawn out the front of the. Is
it on the road there?
Yeah, so as you drive past and there's Cogra, you drive up
and there's that
and
grass
then you just
area.
turn it on and you just park on that grass.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it's again, it's not fucking flash your bloody titanium Amex to get in there or some shit.
Right.
Obviously, I was a producer on radio, so that's how I.
So even the coach park's there. Love it.
Love it. But if you're fucking holding up traffic as people are trying to get in, then now we've got a bottleneck on our hands. An old-fashioned rugby league bottleneck, a DMC bottleneck. So
and that'd be spilling out onto the road.
Spilling back onto the road. So you need to be getting yourself up on Google ASAP. He might need to have that sort of saved in his favourites photos. It's me again, the coach of the club.
Is there an omen in that for the season for the Dragons?
What, that they're going to be shit? I mean, I don't know that you needed an omen to tell you that.
No, more around Shane Flanagan. Who are you? Does he get fired?
Mate, that wouldn't, unless it was, you wouldn't fire Shane Flanagan. He's a premiership winner. Unless he does something, unless he did something wrong or they don't win a game until round 20.
What if they go 0-10 to start the season?
No. You'd have to be 0-20 before you get fired.
You reckon 0-20?
It's in between 10 and 20 for sure. For fired.
Listen, rugby league coaches have a tendency to get let go.
Especially at the Dragons. But he's a premiership winner.
He was.
Is. You are one forever. He took a side to the promised land.
Yes, he did.
And I like him. He just seems like a...
Well, listen, we've heard whispers.
Yeah.
And that's all we'll say.
That's as far as we'll say.
We've heard whispers about why he hasn't coached a first-grade side as the head coach since the Sharks years. That's all we'll say.
I don't remember, actually. I'm going to have to ask you afterwards what we've heard. I've completely forgotten. But that being said, I just thought that was incredibly rugby league that Flano couldn't get into his own club.
It's incredibly rugby league. I love it. I wonder how long the poor bastard was sitting there.
Fuming.
Waving cars around him and shit.
You would be fucking boiling as we'd be like, let me into the fucking car park, you little shit. Sorry, Mr. Flanagan. There is no name on the list.
Someone would have got an earful, I think.
Well, whoever left him off the fucking list would.
Who would that be?
I'd say a media manager.
Tough one. Shout out the Dragons.
Shout out to the Dragons. Tobler, did you find anything on that PVL?
Yeah, so a few power brokers from different clubs have come out wanting PVL to take over Abdo's job once he abdicates it.
Abdicates it? When's he abdicating?
Abdo's abdicating, don't know when his contract
finishes. I don't think I've ever seen anything.
I've never heard of him abdicating.
When he does eventually.
But that's this sounds like an article written to put, off the back of what we were talking about before in terms of Vegas.
Yes. And what we'd heard.
It's obviously all that we won't go into it.
No.
It's nothing criminal, I'll say that. But that article to me screams like it's just putting just putting it out there.
Do you think St. Peter's working his media
No, I'm not
connections?
saying I would never fucking say that St. Peter's doing anything. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that, like, to be putting it out there, it's like there's no mention of you leaving or when you leave or when your contract's up. There's been no.
I've never heard that before,
No. And then now it's like, oh, power brokers want PVL to take over. I can't imagine PVL wants to be the CEO of the NRL. He's like, I've got fucking too much on. So that's why I don't think it's necessarily him doing it, but like someone else would have to do it. He's going to be the CEO and the head of the commission chairman. That almost
you couldn't
seems
be
like
both.
You wouldn't be allowed to.
No, you wouldn't be allowed to. You wouldn't be allowed to do both. That's consolidating power.
He's already come out and said that he doesn't want to do it because he'd have to leave his like racing New South Wales job as well,
Yeah,
and he doesn't want to do
which
that.
He enjoys, and that'd be bad for us because we would be losing out on one of the great buffets of all time. Come racing.
Well, it is. It's the best buffet I've ever eaten at.
Yeah,
for sure. It's unbelievable. Such fresh seafood. We've been over it many times.
No, we have. I'm just saying, if he were to leave racing New South Wales, that'd put us in a.
It'd put us in a bind. You and I, a rugby league bind.
A rugby league bind. Well, a buffet bind. What is the? So who wrote the article?
Is all they? But
Roy
wasn't there a
Masters.
quote?
No, but yeah. So then, Vlandis was talking to the Telegraph. Said Andrew Abdo is one of the best CEOs I've ever worked with. Andrew was trying to do his best for rugby league at all times. His intention is right, but he gets into arguments with people. It's easy for me to come in at the end after all the arguments. The emotion is taken over the common sense. You take the emotion away, compromise a little bit, and get a deal done. By the time I get there, they're fatigued. That's what chairs are for, to come in and assist with the process. Peter is a strong leader who has always backed me. I'm grateful for that and do not take it for granted, is what Abdo said. Because people came out and were like, oh, are you just talking shit about Abdo? Like,
that's what that
saying
quote
that he's
does. Just
getting
showing
too
that
emotional
quote,
and like.
That quote in isolation is misleading. But still, you could keep it behind closed doors.
Listen, I think basically he may well be referencing the player union bullshit from last year that we know got emotional. They got really emotional. And maybe he's like, that was fucking annoying because I had to come in and smooth things over. Sounds like Abdo's an emotional guy.
A South African's emotional by trade.
Well, they play with passion.
They're passionate. They're a passionate people.
They definitely play with passion. That we do know. And passion and emotion that cut from the same cloth.
Are they?
Yes.
Do they come from the same sort of like place?
Same cotton bud.
Is passion and emotion?
Passion is an emotion.
So it's really just describing one.
Thus the same cloth. But reading between the lines, St. Peter Vlandis comes in and mops up messes made by Abdo. That's how it sounds to me.
Because Abdo punches on.
Yeah. Because he's passionate.
Passionate South African.
Yeah. What'd you say, cunt? Bullshit.
Yeah. Fucking makes sense.
Give me more money. You can't.
I'm not giving you any money, you fucking dog. Play an extra game a year. Fuck ya.
Yeah. No medical stuff for you. Can't.
Us.
Us.
He's an us guy.
Us. He looks like he could handle himself, Abdo.
Yeah, he does.
He strikes me as a man that could throw a couple and take a couple.
Headbutt.
Bites. Bit of nut stuff.
Well, but I could see Abdo like coming up and just, that sort of
I could see him squirrel grabbing.
by surprise sort of thing. Splitting your fucking nose,
No wonder if PVL gets in there and emotional. They've just had their bloody nuts
They've
twisted.
had their nuts twisted for the last fucking. That's what it feels like dealing with them. PVL's got to go and untangle testicles to fucking calm everyone down.
The testy untangler.
Yeah, like when a yo-yo string just gets too twisted and you got to like fucking
Imagine
pull it down
that.
so it unspins.
Yeah.
PVL's just got his hands on fucking balls, metaphorically speaking, but
Well, metaphorically, but
you pay someone to do that, but he's got to go in there and get it done.
Well, he's got to go in there and eye the testicle and make a judgment call. See if
put his best guys or girls onto it. Like, okay, this needs Tim because he can unfurl a real tight set of nuts. This thing's a bit, this maybe is better for someone who's a junior who has not seen tightly spun testicles before and he's just sort of learning the trade.
Well, I would imagine that your testy untangler's in there with an apprentice.
Good point. Yeah, exactly. Well, because at some point he's going to go, you want to take out, you want to do this one?
Yeah,
and
I reckon you're ready.
Yeah, I think you're ready.
What are you probably a second year, third year?
So third year testy untangler and you're going.
Is there a TAFE course for that? Do you have to do TAFE?
Should be. But I also think you really learn on the job. Like,
no, of course you learn on the job, but you still got to know your theory.
Yeah.
You still got to know your theory.
Are these tightly wound testicles or is this man having a medical episode?
Yeah. Is
So
he putting it on?
Yeah, you're right. Theory's important.
Theory's important. Theory's important. You got to be able to read the symptoms, Tom.
Yeah, you do. No, this man's just got a twisted nut. We should get him to a hospital. Yeah.
So I reckon it's a two-man team.
Yeah, well, definitely. So that makes a little more sense now. I don't think that there's as much drama. This is a very twisted testicle sort of. It's your classic case of a rugby league nut twisting. Australia played the West Indies at the SCG and what an ODI or a T20 or something the other day.
T20, I think.
You and I have been into the members section before. We know it is a strict dress code to get into the members at the SCG.
Getting less strict,
but still with like, they'll put their foot down and they can be kind of cuntish if they have to be. Like,
you can't wear like holes in your jeans. You got to
Right.
have a collar.
well, you know who they didn't tell that to? Sean Paul and Shaggy. Coming to fucking hang out with Brian Lara.
Sean Paul and Shaggy
Got turned away from the SCG members because I think Shaggy had ripped jeans, but he did have a $200,000 necklace on. Not that that matters. That doesn't fix the jeans.
and they said fuck off.
Yep.
Did he take that well, Shaggy?
I bet he didn't. Again, not.
Do you
used to
reckon
being
Shaggy got his mobile phone out and Googled himself?
told, I'm the it wasn't me guy.
Do you know who that is?
Or he just gets his phone out and plays it.
Do you remember this? Oh, you don't. Okay.
And he raps all his bits. Look, it's me.
Could you imagine seeing Shaggy out the front of the members playing his songs?
To some like old chick called
Some
Bev.
old bat named Bev who doesn't care for Shaggy nor his music as he's rapping.
Nor the way he's dressed generally.
Well, of course she doesn't. That's why he hasn't been let in
No.
in the first place. They've got strict rules to adhere to, Tom.
Yeah.
And it starts with
no ripped jeans.
no ripped jeans. Absolutely.
So like I'm really enjoying this rendition of your song.
Do you reckon he
Mr.
dropped?
Shaggy.
Do you know how much this is?
Well,
About his necklace?
I mean, it's come up in the news article, so it has to have. Now, again, that story, I think that was I actually don't know where I got that one from. That might have been a Buzzy as well. Buzz has some good oil every once in a while.
Shaggy should have checked his email. I bet you got a dress code email.
He should have got a dress code email, or at least someone on Shaggy's team should have gone and done a bit of Dioring about dress codes.
So what did he do? Did he go and buy some merch?
Yeah, he went and got some. He went and got
He
some.
go get with some Australian
Sydney
shorts?
Sixers pants.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think he's left. Which I'm upset about for Shaggy because it would have been a great opportunity. Like, Shaggy at the cricket. That would have been nice. And I think Sean Paul's like, what the fuck, dude? I'm leaving with you out of solidarity, it sounds like.
Sean DePaul?
Sean DePaul.
Sean DePaul. Shake that thing, Mister. I wanna take that thing.
Yep. That's Sean DePaul.
They'd be getting along in the tooth, those boys, wouldn't they?
How old Shaggy and Sean Paul, please, Tobes?
Sean Paul's 51.
Yeah,
Yep.
feels right.
Shaggy
Is 51 too old to
55.
be wearing ripped jeans, even if you are Shaggy with a $200,000 necklace? Like, you are Shaggy, so I am prepared to respect it, but like...
Probably not if you're Shaggy.
It's his
I'm
plan.
gonna allow it for Shaggy.
Cool. I'll allow it. I'm a Shaggy fan. You wouldn't need to play his song to me, bro. I would have let you in. The problem was he probably went to some old bird, Bev. Or this rip was gargantuan.
Well, it could have been all knee.
It could have been all gone. In which case, like, fuck.
You know some of those ripped jeans where basically the whole starts, upper thigh goes all the way down to the
I
shin.
tell you who you see wearing that. Fucking friend of the show.
Luke Bracey.
Turned gladiator Sandor Earl. Because it shows off leg tats.
Oh,
So it's
yeah,
like,
he's
they're like windows for your leg tats.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly.
I saw one with Shandor where it was like, they are shorts if not for the fucking thing around your ankle.
Do people ever wear like plastic pants so you can see the whole leg?
Leg windows.
Leg windows.
That's what they're called. I don't. But I mean, I'm sure I'd be shocked if your Shandors of the world. And leg tats are cool these days. Like, leg tats are in. Shinnies, calfies, quaddies.
Leggies, quaddies, glutees.
Full leggies.
Cockies.
Well.
Footies.
Yeah, footies are.
Anklies.
I wonder how much anklies are because that's like bone.
Well, I mean, like...
You see like the sleeve, they usually leave the elbow a little bit clear. They're like, we're not going to fuck with you there.
Oh, they usually do spirals around it, you know?
Yeah. Really cool shit.
Yeah,
There you
that's a serious bit of leg.
Well, that's a tap window.
You can't really see him though, unfortunately.
No, and that's just because of that's because they're taking photos in gold now.
Oh no, you can see tat at the top there.
Yeah,
there we go.
That's gold now stuff. A lot going on with that outfit. Respect it though. Respect the shit out of it.
What were you saying?
But again, you wouldn't be able to get in the SCG. Sorry. Pink. Apparently, pink is massive in Australia and not that big in America.
Really?
Like Australians fucking foam at the butthole for pink.
She was my first ever concert.
Huh?
She was my first ever concert back in the day.
Pink was your first ever concert.
My mum took me to see Pink.
Listen, I'm not surprised by that, and I don't mean that with respect to Tobler.
It's not surprising.
It's puts on a hell of a show.
What year?
Fuck, like 2009 maybe?
Fuck, that's...
Let's unpack this. Did you wear pink merch?
No, I don't think I did.
Did you wear something pink?
I don't think I did.
You definitely did. I would bet my dick he wore something pink.
I don't think so.
I don't think
Maybe some
so.
pink laces
Sounds
in
like
the skate
bullshit.
shoes or something. Like, I don't know.
Did you buy merch?
No, I don't think. I think it was just too expensive. But we might have got one of those like $10 ones. Oh, probably.
Yeah.
It was my first
What's your
concert.
favourite Pink song?
I don't know.
Come on.
You got like
work with us a little bit.
Come on,
what's that? Coming up, so you got to get the party started was a good one back in the day.
That was a good one back in the day.
That was a ripper.
I'm coming up here to get the party started is a fucking track.
Yeah.
And I love that song. But the reality is, Tobler, that song came out probably in the late 90s, early 2000s. You were going to a Pink concert in 2009, which would indicate to me that there's a lot more 2009 contemporary songs you were going to see, because you weren't even guaranteed of getting party started at that concert. It'd be shocking if you didn't, because it is such a hit, but you're definitely lying to us about your favourite Pink song.
No, I'm not, because it was the Funhouse tour, I remember. I'm pretty sure Funhouse or So What? One of those
Funhouse. Is that how it goes?
No, yeah. Is that something like that? That was the name of the tour, but Get the Party Started was my favourite. Yeah, that one. That was the name of the tour. And she was doing like acrobatics and all this shit through the air while she was singing. It was...
Well, I saw something on the weekend that apparently she was flying around again. She's a big flyer.
She does like not like a ropes course, but like you're like swinging around on silks and shit.
Shout out to Wang Bangalang.
She was basically on the spider cam.
Shout out to Wang Bangalang. Yeah, she's like spider cam, but with like silks.
Where'd you see her, Tobler?
At the big one out in Homebush.
Really?
Yeah.
So she's downsized a little bit.
Must have.
Were you moshing out?
No, I was just sitting in the seats. I didn't get tickets to the mosh.
Did you stand up and dance?
Yeah, probably sang along with Mum.
You're so cute. That was with you and your mum?
How old were you?
2009, 12, 13.
That's actually very cute.
That's cute,
That's
buddy.
very sweet.
It was a great concert.
No, listen, Pink.
Listen, I'm not sitting here shitting on Pink. I find it a nice and adorable sort of relationship that
She
you have
is
with Pink.
also fucking massive in Australia.
She is. That's like she's big in America, but I'm pretty sure like Australians just fucking obsessed with Pink.
The reason that we brought Pink up was apparently Dylan Brown spotted with Alyssa
With or just all there?
The Elise Perry and Ash Gardner.
That seems like a weird mix of people to me in terms of to go together.
Do you reckon he's with Elise Perry?
No, I don't.
Is it another power couple?
Could be. But I doubt it. Our power couple senses are pretty fucking dialed. Doesn't feel power couple.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. No.
Doesn't feel it. I don't have much else, buddy, except that we won the under 19 Cricket World Cup against India, and that's now our third ICC tournament that we've beaten India.
Well done, boys. Well done, boys. Listen, Australian exceptionalism.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. It's what gets my dick hard. It's what gets Tom's dick hard. Aussies getting out there and doing the damn thing. We shouldn't... I feel like sometimes we get too worried about India and their size and their wealth from a cricketing perspective. Oh, they got 1.3 billion. We're fucked. We're not fucked, though, because we've got what? Aussie ticker. And Aussie
they have chicken ticker. We have Aussie ticker.
They've got chicken ticker. We've got Aussie ticker. And I know which ticker I prefer.
Well, hold on a second. Obviously, I'm reared on a healthy diet of Aussie ticker, right? But I also don't want to impugn the chicken ticker's work, because that is fucking amazing as well.
There's nothing wrong with chicken ticker. We love chicken ticker. But when it comes to winning games of cricket, tournaments of cricket, okay?
Aussie ticker.
ICC sanctioned events.
Yeah.
Aussie ticker trumps chicken ticker every day of the week.
Yeah.
As evidenced by history.
Yeah. Certainly recent history. but history generally.
Well, history generally.
Yeah, cricketing.
You can look recent, you can look long.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
A lot of people, but they are missing Aussie ticker, and that's what wins tournaments.
That's right. That's exactly right. Because you could argue strongly that they should have won everything given their population.
Populous.
But what they don't account for is good old-fashioned Aussie ticker.
Should we do a couple of dribbles and get out of here?
Let's do that.
Hey, boys. Just listening to the episode Vegas 12 of the podcast and could not help but notice Tobler's Travis Head at the Gabba-like performance at Dioring. Just fucking abysmal. Duck after duck after duck. And Tom, you listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, so I was wondering if you've ever heard him talk about that brain shit that he takes that makes him fucking dialed in when he does podcasts with all those smart cunts. And I was wondering if we can road test that on Tobler, because you've been speaking about juicing. So can we juice Tobler's mind with this fucking brain shit and see if it actually makes a difference? Because the performance was just absolutely subpar. I don't think it's actually steroids, so I don't know if there's any risk involved. Also, just saying that on vibe. But yeah, let us know, boys. Get this cunt some fucking help.
Look, so clearly we weren't the only ones that noticed Tobler's been scat for the last 3 weeks.
He didn't put his best performance in last week. And
but after his first, he had a great first hit out.
Talking about Thursday, Thursday pod. Yeah. But we know that. He's acknowledged it. He's gone away and he's trying to get better every day. But it takes time. Dioring's not intuitive unless you're someone like Tom and I. Yeah. For the rest of the populace, Tobler's obviously included, it's tough going. Mm. It could take years, which will piss me off. But it could.
It could. As far as giving him what I believe is like what alpha brain or some shit. That's what I think of the Rogan's. I don't know what's in it. I mean, I'm happy to fucking try it.
It's a nootropic to support brain function.
Now, I mean, I would argue that you probably just needed a fucking good day because there's no way you had that, and that helps improve cognitive function.
There's absolutely no way you had your good day on Thursday.
I actually hadn't had my good day
there you go.
before the podcast.
There you go. So, alpha brain can go and get fucked.
Respectfully, can go and get fucked. Not even respectfully.
Good day or die.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
That's it.
Eddie, Tom, and Tobler, the bunker dribbler from the Apple Isle, the short and sharp. I called a few years ago talking about toilets, ambient, disabled, male, female. Now it all gets fucking confusing. My work had a piss trough with a door on it. Bit weird, I know, but I guarantee I should have took a photo. They've fucking taken the piss trough out and put a fucking conventional toilet in. I wasn't happy. 2 reasons. I like the piss trough. Second reason, now I've got to fucking lift the lid where I know my boss has fucking had a shit. Anyway, big problems. Rabbits 13 plus. Fucking go Vegas! Out.
So he's
I've got to be completely honest with you. I have absolutely no idea what he was talking about.
No, I'm not entirely sure. What I did find funny was that he hasn't called for a couple of years, but the subject has remained the same. He's calling about shitters.
Yeah.
And how confusing shitters are these days. I don't know that they are that confusing.
I don't think they're that confusing.
I think they're pretty straightforward, right? Male, female, disabled.
Yeah, and ambulant.
Which I think he might have said ambient. Also, if you don't want to pick up the fucking seat, unless you've got our toilet, which is fucked, our toilet seat, that is, just use your foot. Lift that bitch up.
Sit down.
Well, if you don't want to touch it, that's a real problem. Sitting on it.
Well, he's got a shit though, doesn't he?
That is a good point. If you got to shit, you got to shit.
Listen, this bloke is spending a lot of time thinking about shitters and urinals. Maybe he needs to focus on something else.
Yeah, but thank you very much for the call.
Also interesting, you never see them take a urinal out for a conventional toilet. Never see that.
I don't pay enough attention. I'll be honest. That's a me problem, and I'm prepared to own up to that. I don't pay enough attention to the state of shitters generally. In terms of renovations, I pay attention to the state of them, and you piss all over the place. Anyway, let's carry on.
Hello, Tom, Eddie, Dior. Oh, and Dior's fucking gone. Tobler. And Cody. Fuck the Tigers. Anyway, basically, I have a question. I'm having a debate. If you were to be put against, right, if randomly you and 99 other people on Earth were picked at random, there could be fucking 80-year-olds, it could be 90-year-olds, it could be fucking babies. How many are you beating in a foot race? I genuinely believe, as a dribbler who is like semi-fit, you could fucking, I'd back myself to win. How many people, if you were picked at random, 100 people picked at random, would you beat in a foot race over 100 metres? I would say top 5%, for sure. You're telling porkies. You are telling porkies. Anyway, backing yourself forever. Manly never. Fuck you, Dior. Bye.
It's an interesting question.
I wouldn't win.
Fuck no.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't win a general race, like whether it's like winning. But then it's like, what percentage of the population are incapable of running quickly? Then you can sort of try and work out where you may sit. Also, like women, like would you assume that you're quicker than most women? Would I be quicker than most women? Not necessarily.
No. What do you mean, most women?
Well, like what I mean is like obviously I would be stronger than most women. So what does the speed translate to? Like what sort of...
Most women your age, do you mean?
About speed-wise or strength-wise? It'd be stronger than fucking... You'd be stronger
speed-wise.
Well, I don't know. That's the thing. I don't even fucking know. Like, is a younger female going to be quicker than me? Yeah, potentially, maybe then. But I don't know how I don't know exactly how.
What do you reckon you run the 100 in now?
Shit.
That's probably a better question.
That's a better question, isn't it? I don't know. It wouldn't be good. But it like...
Do you reckon we'd break 15?
Yeah. You know what, dude? I am so consistently and regularly being shocked by my declining fucking physical capabilities. I say that slightly in jest, but also not. That, like, I'd be Devo if I didn't break 15. Like, I don't know. What do you think? But you know what I'm trying to say? Because if it's 100 randoms, I'm trying to work out, like, what's the gender split? What is my even, like, I'm trying to get a fucking bearing on, like...
Is this Australia? Is this worldwide? Where are we
I think it's worldwide.
Worldwide? Let's just say you got 10 from the 10 groupings, which is like 10 to, what would it be? 0 to 10. You're pumping them. 10 to 20.
You're pumping half of them at least.
You're pumping half of them, but then there'd be big trouble in there.
Yeah.
Fucking 20 to 30.
You're in trouble.
You're in big trouble. I reckon at least 5 of them beat you.
20 to 30.
If there's 10 from there.
Yeah, at least.
I would say at least 5 beat you. 30 to 40. I'm not a quick 30-year-old. That's for damn sure.
No, I'm definitely not.
There'd be 40-year-olds that could beat you for sure. 40
Yeah,
40 to 50s. There'd be some speed left.
Yeah, there would be, but you're more likely to have your Achilles explode. So I'd be looking for one of them to go down with an injury.
But I could be in that grouping.
No, you definitely could. But at 33,
I'm a good chance of my hammy blowing up. Well, where were you when someone's dad came and ran? And
that was in my
Achilles?
primary school, and like they had the parents' day or whatever, and there's like this thing where it's like the parents, you could enter in as a parent to run like the fucking 100-meter sprint. A lot of keen bean dads. You best believe that my old man was nowhere to be seen when that was fucking. And someone's dad ran and just his calf exploded, or his Achilles exploded.
Achilles,
you
yeah.
hear like a fucking shot, and he just went down, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, "That's why you don't do this shit, dude. That's competitive dads who are like trying to fucking."
And he wouldn't have warmed up. Sprinting.
He was in like moleskin pants and a jumper.
Yeah, sprinting's not good for a body.
No.
For an aging body that's not warm. Big trouble.
Yeah,
huge trouble.
Like they had that NRL 9s up in fucking the Goldie or something recently. Greg Bird blew out his fucking Achilles. That's a former athlete.
Did he?
Yeah.
There you go.
I believe so.
There you fucking go. I don't know if I'd break 15 seconds. I'm being legit.
No, neither do I.
There was times in Oztag this year where I'm like, fuck, I'm slow now.
Yeah.
Like so slow.
Yeah. I wouldn't be shocked if I can't break 15, but I would still be Devo. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would be like, I'm not surprised by this, but then I'm like, Jesus Christ. To run 100 meters.
Should we try and break 15 seconds? Breaking 15.
Yeah, but now you've got me wigged out about my Achilles. We'll do a good warm-up. We'll get Jeff down there. Yeah, let's just see how fast we can run the 100. You'll definitely beat me, so this isn't a competition. This is just about breaking 15.
It's about breaking 15.
Yeah. The dribblers.
I'm not that quick. I'm like legitimately, from a sprinting perspective, fucking slow.
Yeah, but I'm not either. What's the quickest you've run though?
11-9, hand timed.
Right, so that's like still.
That was a long time ago.
No, I know.
Time.
Yeah, but so you've still got it in you. Like, as in, yes, you did.
But that's the thing. I don't think I have it in me anymore. I think it's gone. I think it's all gone.
There's nothing.
I feel like I'm stuck in mud now.
Yeah. I remember the last time I played Oztag being like, fuck, dude, I am just slow.
Almost
shit.
Almost like when you're in a dream and you're trying to sprint and you can't.
That's what I was thinking.
That's what I feel like now.
Yeah.
That's my life now.
Yeah, trying to get away from someone.
It's terrible. But we should go down with Fabry.
We should go down with Rog.
Try to break 15.
What's the recovery for a fucking ruptured Achilles?
Oh, don't wig me out, though. You're putting it out in the universe.
No, you already put it out.
You put it out.
You said you'd be
6 to
like
9 months.
Oh,
I don't know about that.
dude, you can't be
Sprinting's so hectic.
You can't be giving up. You're 33. You can sprint. We'll just get everything fucking properly lubed. Like we're preparing not to burst.
Are we going to get spikes and blocks and shit?
I mean, just another pair of shoes I'll wear once and have them sitting around my fucking house.
Well, you'd need spikes.
Do you need spikes?
If you're going to have a proper crack.
Dude, no, but let's just
leave no stone unturned.
Let's run in sand shoes.
No stone unturned.
No, we'll just go barefoot.
On tartan.
There's nothing wrong with that. Or you go on grass.
No, you want to give yourself the best possible chance at glory. You go down to ES Marks. Get some spikes.
Do it right.
Do it right. We spent $1,000 on an artisanal football. I mean, I think we can fucking get spikes.
Yeah. Okay, well, then we need to get a starting gun as well and blocks.
Well, Roger will have that stuff.
You'd hope so.
Well, if he's fair income.
Yeah.
If he's the real
Which he
McCoy.
is. That's us for another week. Shout out to you, dribblers.
Not another week. We'll see you later in the week.
Is it not another week? It's Monday, isn't it? Great point. Shout out to another episode. Hey? Shout
600.
600 Wednesday, that's right. Sorry, Thursday. Fuck me, dead. 600, 7-hour special. We break the fucking...
We go for the record.
We go for the record.
We're no guarantees of breaking.
No, we're not. We go for the record. We fucking go for the record.
We go for the fucking record.
7 hours. We're going to have some guests roll in, help us get through it. But the record will be broken. I'm confident.
Same. I reckon we shit it in.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Could you two just not talk anymore?